Okay, in this episode I'm going to go over reviewing some equipment that every homestead needs. Generally you're going to be putting in T-posts, and there's some essential equipment you're going to need for doing T-posts. And this is especially true if you live in rocky ground and rocky areas. Our old property in Wisconsin, I could pound a T-post in by hand almost. This new land is tough. I'm going to go over these products that you're going to need, but let's start that right now. Okay, one of the things you're going to need, it sounds kind of weird, but it's very helpful, is a masonry bit, kind of a long one, and preferably a cordless tool. What this is going to do is, as you're putting the posts into the ground, you're going to be hitting rocks. This is the second preferred method. The main preferred method I left in Wisconsin. I didn't move it yet, and I'm kicking myself for it. But I'll post a picture of it. The best method is a big metal rod that's tapered to a point. And what you do is you drop it into the ground. It's got some weight onto it, and you wiggle it. And that wedge tip, as it goes into the ground, it's going to be doing this as you're rocking it, and that tip is going to be pushing the rocks, and it's going to keep dropping down as you go. Because you try to just use any normal method, hammer, whatever, you're going to just have no luck. So the second preferred method to starting a hole in rocky ground is this masonry bit. You start drilling a hole, and as you hit rocks, it'll move the smaller ones, and if you hit big ones, it'll put a hole in it, and you can pound through. It helps. I wouldn't have believed it till I tried it, but it helps. So this is one thing. You need this or metal post. But the second item you need, you don't want to be sitting here with a hammer trying to hammer, over your head. The next thing you're going to need is a T-post pounder. Okay, this is a T-post pounder. If you're going to be putting up any kind of fencing, you should have one of these. It looks like something the SWAT teams use to ram down doors, but it's pretty simple. I don't know if you can see right here. You just set it over the post and then pound it away. This post is already in. I just put a post in over there, but I'm going to show you how we're going to do the drill. Okay, I'm going to try to put a post in right here, just using the T-post pounder, just to kind of give you an idea of what happens. Normally I have my gloves. When I went to go get the camera to film this, forgot my gloves, so I've got tough hands, so I don't need to hear in the comments how I should be wearing gloves, because I know I should be. And then when using these T-posts, they are a T. So this flat side with the ridges in it, this goes against your fencing. Your fencing goes against that. It kind of grips it so it doesn't slide. If something tries to push it up, it holds it on there. And then when you wrap around, you can kind of see how it's literally a T. And then some people, these little fins on here, you take a hammer, you knock them off for rocky ground. I haven't found a need yet. I'm literally just driving them about to this, and these things will not budge. I mean, I can hit them with my tractor and they're not gonna come out. This ground is so hard, so I'm not too worried about that. As long as I get them just into about there. And then some people grind these into a tip, which would help. But unfortunately, my grinder is many, many miles. Wow, I set it down and it just hit a solid rock and I felt that thud. So we're gonna go do this right now. Made it about an inch and it's just not wanting to go in at all. Like I can just feel it vibrating through my arms. Okay, there's my spot right there where I was trying to pound down. What I'm gonna do is just take this and as I'm going down, kind of just slowly wiggle. Don't wiggle too hard because this bit is not that strong. The drill is mostly made out of plastic, so kind of use, if you've ever torqued a bolt without a torque wrench, and you get that feel of like you want to just get it snug, but you don't want to break the bolt. You kind of the same feeling here. You'll kind of feel it, and your drill of choice more than likely has a clutch in it, so the clutch may engage if it gets stuck into, but I've already dropped down a couple inches. So now I've gone down a bit and I'm hitting something solid, so I'm gonna just keep drilling. Maybe I'll go through it. I had to do that on the other hole, but we'll see what happens. So I'm about a foot down. I want to go 1.5 feet. I'll see what happens. I'm gonna try to get the T-post. I'll start pounding it, and then if I can't break through that other rock, I'll have to pull the post out again and start drilling again. But as you can see, it's not a fast process. And the other thing, when you're pounding down, like in Wisconsin, each time I pounded down, it would go down inches. In rocky soil, you'll feel it going down, but it's going down 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, but you want to make sure you're constantly going down, even if it's just a little bit. But as long as it's going down, and I can feel it, it's going down, it's just going down slow. So what you want to do is switch it that way. This one's gonna be a little harder because my fence is not straight because we're on very hilly terrain, but that's what you want it to look like right there. And then you want to just slowly pry, slow like that until it doesn't go anymore, and then take the tool to the other side of the fence and do the same thing. And there you go. And then you may want to get sometimes they pop out a little bit of a sharp edge. Just take some pliers and pull that back so the animals can't rub on that. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do these again. Take it to the shape of the fence, the back of the T-post. And then slip it over. Take your tool and just slowly bend. Flip it over. You can do this side and then just, there you go. And it is done. One other essential piece of equipment on the Homestead, if you're putting in fence, you're probably also gonna have to remove fence, or if you make mistakes and you need to pull T-posts. This is a T-post puller, and this is one of the greatest things we have on the Homestead. We use it all the time. I will show you how it works right now. You've got two different features on the front. This is where the fence post goes into for your lifting action. You've also got a hook. This you can put a piece of chain. If you've got a broken T-post that's down on the ground and you can at least get on one of the notches, you can put a piece of chain around it and cinch it, or a piece of rope to kind of try to cinch it. But I'll show you how it works right now. I gotta pull this post out. So what you do, so you've got the hook we're not gonna use. We're gonna use this floating piece. We're just gonna notch it into there. And you're gonna see, and then you just pull up on it. This post was pretty loose, but you kind of get the idea. So you set this down like this. This goes onto your post, and then you lever down. And you can see that how much higher my hand is going. It only pulls it a couple inches, but man, is it worth it. Whatever fencing ground you have, it is hard work, so make sure you have a lot of water with. Take water breaks, and hopefully this was helpful. These tools do make the job, they do make a hard job not as hard. Doesn't make it easy, it's still a tough job, but hopefully this is helpful. I will leave some affiliate and non-affiliate links in the description, and also chapters so you can skip through if you don't want to see the fence pounder, you want to see the fence puller, you can just go into the movie description and just jump chapters. But hopefully this was helpful, and until next time, thanks again. I'm completely soaked in sweat. Got the work shirt over just so you can't see the sweat. Oh yeah, it's not even that hot out, but holy cow. Whew. Yeah.